Welcome. You're tuned into Life is a Sacred Journey. Every week, we bring a new perspective to aging and caregiving. Here is your host, Micheal Pope.
Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you are in the virtual neighborhood of Life is a Sacred Journey. I'm taking a deep breath. It's a new year, and wow, it started with a lot of changes. I have my little alfalfa hairdo going up here. You know how that is. It just never will go down, and I don't know what to do. There we go. But then you see what happens. Anyway, it comes right back up. If you know what, if there's somebody out there that knows a really great person that cuts natural hair, could you do something like send me a message because I need somebody to cut it, and I know that's what this is all about. So if you know somebody that um, will be willing not to have somebody that comes in every couple of weeks, but that wants to come in at least once every 6 months to get their hair trimmed, please let me know. My barber actually passed away during the pandemic, at the beginning of the pandemic, and I have not had anyone to really take good care of my hair other than myself, and I'm not very good at it. So if you know somebody that is willing to do it, write it in the chat for me. They need to be in Northern California. Not too far from San Francisco, Oakland, that area, Berkeley. But if you know somebody, let me know. Let me know. Okay. So happy New Year, everybody. I hope that you all had a wonderful New Year. I'm just going on my Facebook here just to make sure we're coming through, and it looks like we are. Um, I hope you had a wonderful New Year. I really did. I watched the ball fall. You know, my tradition is New Year's begins at 9 o'clock California time, midnight New York time. So when the ball fell in New York City, I was ready. I was like, yeah. I'm not a drinker. But I did have a nice, beautiful glass of wine and to celebrate, and ended up there was a lot left in the bottle, but it's I had to pour it down the sink because I know I wasn't going to drink it again. So, but nonetheless, a great new year, a great way to start the new year. And Felicia, shout out to Felicia. I hope you and your family are feeling better. They've been dealing with a little bit of illness, so we send them our love and pray that they are feeling better. And just a shout out to all of you out there in the virtual neighborhood of Life is a Sacred Journey. And as I said last week, I just thank you all for your tremendous support throughout the whole time that we've been doing Life is a Sacred Journey. You've been amazing, and we just really appreciate you. We are looking to have more guests, and I've joined a couple of speakers bureaus so that I can reach out to new folks, but also some of our old friends we will invite back, because they just are a wealth of information, and they have new things happening in their lives that we want to be able to share with you, books and different things that are going on for them. But I know that we're all beginning the new year. As I said last time, I don't do New Year's resolutions because they, for me, are a waste of time. I just break them by the time the new year is beginning, so that it's just really not, it makes no I shouldn't even do it because they mean nothing to in my life. For some people, resolutions are high, strict goals that they stick to and that they are able to take into the year and feel a sense of yay. For me this year, this is a transitional year for me. um, I will be searching my soul and doing a lot of things to figure out, like, who am I and why am I and what my next steps are in life. So I'll be spending some time doing that. I hope to be able to spend a great deal of time with my family, uh, my church, doing things for my denomination and having more time to do that. But also, finding work that will fulfill me and help me to, one, keep pay my bills, but also more importantly, to serve the community, to serve the world, to continue to make an impact um, as a person. This last week, Jimmy Carter, the first president that I ever voted for, I believe it's 1977. Um, I voted for him, and but as all of the things that they've been talking about, it hasn't been about um, so much his presidential 4 years. He was a one-term president, and but after, and before the quiet, as governor, the things that he did, and, the thing that touched my heart very deeply is until what, 2 years ago or a year ago, he continued to teach Sunday school. He continued to be as much as he could, not, before his hospice days, a part of Habitat for Humanity. The president of the organization was online and saying that, a lot of people don't even associate, or the executive director, excuse me, don't even associate Habitat for Humanity without Jim and Rosalind Carter. I had the honor of being a part of a Habitat for Humanity project in Concord. That the other day I drove by it and I just thought, yeah, this was good work. It's still there. It's beautiful. I don't know if the same families live there, but if you can do anything to help Habitat for Humanity, that is an organization that loves volunteers, and I loved it. I didn't know how to do anything, like that, but I could sure hammer a nail, and that's what I did. I think it was 3, 4 weekends in a row. Um, my son was little and he couldn't be on site, but he knew that I was doing it. And so, go out there and help them in any way that you can. They love volunteers. The family is there beside you, so you get to meet this family family. Yeah, this was a family that is going to live in the home after it is built. And so get out there and volunteer your time. If you can give money. I'm in a situation now, I have to reevaluate where I give my money, but I can give time, and so can you. So Habitat for Humanity is one of those organizations that I think deserves our time and deserves our funding. And you know what? Maybe we'll get them online. We'll get an interview with them in 2025 so you can learn more. Maybe that's what one of our focuses will be among many, is to get organizations that need volunteers and support so that you can learn more about them as you make your decision about where you give your time, your talent, and your treasure. All right. Well, this morning, what I decided, because I've been doing a lot of research on energy level, trying to figure out how one maintains energy after 50. Um, and I chose that age group because I'm in that age group. Okay. And that's the time in our lives where metabolically we change a great deal. Not that we don't ahead of time, but we really do change a lot, 50 and up. And so we want to be able to have conversation not only with ourselves, but with our doctors and whoever else is in our lives, um, intelligently, about the areas of energy that we may have some diminished effect in. I realize over the last 2, 3 months, my energy level, while I've maintained going, but inside I've been, like, and it's because of what the change in my life that I'm experiencing. And so my energy levels were, before that, I am a high energy person, so I'm able to keep that going through exercise, eating, getting a good night's sleep, all of those things. But then when something happens where your stress level, ching, and the cortisol is all over the place, you begin to realize that your energy is being sapped. And I was feeling that way, staying up, insomnia. So I'm going to go over some of those things with you this morning in the time that we have left, just for you to start to think in the beginning of the year about things differently. What things can you do to support yourself as you continue to live your most beautiful life? I finally got there, folks. I'm getting ready to live my most beautiful life. I got trips planned. I don't even know they're on my vision board. So I don't even know if they're going to happen. I don't care. I'm planning them. This morning, my group that I love so much, my family over in Europe, and in Asia, they're like, okay, let's meet in Romania in September or August. I'm like, oh, wait a minute. I think I wanted to go to Bali then, but maybe I could fit that in between this, and this. And so at the end of the day, I'm saving all my pennies. I'm not buying. I made my last purchase of 2024 of anything. I'm not buying anything. All my disposable income is going into the bank, into a account that will help me to travel, to live out, pay my expenses, and not have to go back to work full time. That's the goal. That's the goal. And so that's the vibration that I'm going to try to live into going forward. So let's talk about the things that are important as we 50 and up. And it's important to everybody. I'm just focusing again on that age group because that's the age group that I'm living into. So, but it's for everybody. Sleep. Sleep, sleep, sleep. And I have had insomnia now for almost 2 months. I went to a sleep study. I had a sleep study done. It's nothing wrong. I have no medical thing going on. It's 100% all the way live stress and not being able to turn my brain off because I've been thinking, evaluating, all of that, boom, 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 boom. And I'll go to sleep and I'm dreaming like mad. I'll have to tell you about one of my dreams. That's really good. I had it last night actually. But yeah, dreaming, but not getting a good night's sleep. Last night I slept pretty good, but they're not long sleeps. And so that's something that I'm working on, trying to adjust that pattern. But sleep is important. To eat a healthy diet. As of January 1, that's my beginning of the year thing to do. I do a 30-day fast as much as I can. I have a couple of events coming up where food is going to be a part of it. So those days I won't be fasting, but I'm going to fast as much as I can, eat raw food. As you well know that, that's what I have done. And so kale and all of the wonderful green, just making these incredible. I made an incredible salad last night, and it was so magnificently delicious. I'm having dinner with my family on Sunday night, so I will eat a meal then. But in between, just really giving the body a chance to relax, to void itself of any of the toxic things. That I bought some juice the other day, and it was supposed to be 100% pure. And I started reading it, and it has this stuff in it that I didn't know. I'm like, what is alisol or whatever? Well, it's a sweetener. And when I looked it up, it has carcinogenics in it. And so I was just like, oh man, here I've spent all this money for this juice that I thought was good. but at the end of the day, it has an ingredient. So read the labels, something I didn't do before I purchased the bottle. So read the labels, as so that you can eat well and eat healthy. And one of the things that it said, have a wide variety, a wide range of foods and vegetables and fruits. And if you are, you eat meat and pork and fish and all those things, just make sure they're grass fed. That's one of the things my daughter has taught me, because she's a meat eater. I'm not. I haven't eaten red meat in, I can't even remember, over 30, almost 40 years. So, um, but that said, my daughter has taught me that there's special meats out there where it's grass fed. The animals are grass fed and they're free range, and so they're not it's not the kind of mass production where the animals just sitting there, they're giving it food, and then the next thing you know they slaughter it, and then that meat is for you to eat. So make sure that you eat healthy and organic if you can afford it. It's expensive. And then read the labels, because organic doesn't always mean organic. Again, I'm learning more. Do your research. There was a great documentary on Netflix in the summer. I'm not sure if it's in the archive. And it was about eating and eating healthy and exercise and all of those things. So eating healthy is not just about the things on the shelf that just say organic and healthy, because they may not be. Just like this juice that was supposed, it's 100% juice, but they've added something to it that's not so good. Okay, so make sure you read your labels. Avoid smoking. I finally gave up smoking now. I've given it up like 4 or 5 times. Man, yeah. I started smoking, I think, at 18 or something like that, and then I gave it up 30 something years, 37 years ago for a period of time because of my son. Then I started smoking again, not in the house, not around him, but outside. And then I gave it up again because of my daughter. So there was a 10-year period that I kind of smoked again. And then I gave it up again for her. And then, but then I was smoking here outside because I had a coworker that smoked, and we would go outside and smoke together. And then when did I quit? I quit again. And then I started, oh, this is when I started smoking cigars a little bit, because I love cigars. I think that I love the smell of them, the taste of them. But then I finally gave it up. So finally gave up smoking, but it says avoid smoking if you can. And if you do smoke, try to find a way to quit, particularly if you're over the age of 50. It says here to eat breakfast. This is something that I have a really difficult time doing, unless it's just eating a little bit of scrambled eggs or something like that. Breakfast is hard for me. I just don't like something, and it means break fast. That's why it's breakfast. So it's breaking the fast from the evening. And I'm not hungry. And so it just seems like such a waste of time. But it says that for most of us, breaking that period of non-eating, is eating a breakfast is a really good idea. I am a lunch eater. I love to eat a bountiful lunch, and then for dinner, have some soup or a salad or something like that. I try to eat light, and now, and I haven't done so well in 2024. From September to December, my whole life went helter skelter. So I didn't do very well with my health plan, but I'm back on target. Not eating any sugar at all. And man, once you start eating it, when you don't eat it, it affects you. You start to get all helter skelter. Your system wants it. It's almost like, I was like, okay, sugar's like crack. You just want you want to eat it, eat it, eat it. And the holiday seasons didn't help. So I just ate my last cookie for a minute and just to kind of fast and get some of this sugar out of my system because I can feel it. And you know where I feel it? In my joints, in my knees particularly, because I from running. I was a runner for many years, so from running, I have a little arthritis and stuff in one of my knees, in my left knee, and that's where I feel it, and I see it. You can see it because you have the inflammation from the sugar. So just do what works for you. Listen to your body. That's the one thing I will tell you. But eat breakfast, they say, is a good thing. Water, water, water. I am bad, bad at drinking water. So my daughter bought me, I'll show you, this puppy here. It's huge. And I fill it with water every day and I keep it with me. I almost lost it in Teaneck, New Jersey in the hotel because I keep it with me. And the room that I was presenting in, I left it on the table when I went to leave. And I hunted my, my water bottle down because I was like, nope, nope, nope. So her goal for me was that I at least drink this in a day, and I'm actually doing much better than that where I'm filling it up again with water. You hear something inside. You hear that? Let me see if I can show you that so that you can understand what that is. Oh yeah, I can. um it's close to the top. This is an alkaline stick. Okay, see this thing here? This is an alkaline stick, and it's in my water bottle because I can't always find alkaline water when I'm out traveling. So it creates this alkaline effect in the water when I put it in. And alkaline water, you can look it up, has been proven to be better for your system. It helps with the adjustment of your pH balance and all of those kinds of things. Alkaline takes care of some of that acidity that we carry in our bodies, and it balances us as it relates to, as I said, the pH. So again, I'm giving you the things that I do. You don't have to do not one thing. That's not what this is about. I'm just sharing with you in case these are things that you want to try. I just sent an alkaline stick to a friend of mine because I did more research and read that it helps with cancer. And this person is dealing with cancer. So, you just never know the things that you can take and that are natural, but just not what are prescribed to you from the medical profession, just because it's just not. I'm not going to put them down in this video. My brother, Dr. Robert Pearl, has written a great book called Uncaring. And if you haven't read it yet or haven't heard him here on Life is a Sacred Journey, go back and look it up. It's amazing because he talks about, just how check it out. Okay. It says limit your alcohol, which we all know, limiting the alcohol. And then we really see, I noticed this the other day when I was home. I was cleaning out a room and I had the television on. Well, I don't have streaming. It was streaming. And everybody was drinking. Well, it was the holiday season. And so you expect to see movies and things like that. But limit your alcohol. I'm not a big drinker. Jade and I went out the other day and, I had a drink with her, but it's not like every single time I go out, I have to have alcohol. So limit your alcohol and look at it from that perspective. They do still say red wine is not bad for your heart, but you still don't want to sit there and drink a whole bottle by yourself per night, is what it said here. Meditation and relaxation. So you want to relax, and I'm going to get back to that. I just ordered a new mat and all this stuff. I'm just getting, like I said, all my purchases I did by the end of the year, and I'm going to slow down and not purchase. My goal is not to purchase anything that's not a necessity in 2025. But meditation and relaxation, breathing, meditation, breathing, all of those kinds kinds of things. I think we'll start opening the show with breathing, just because it's a centering thing that is so important. Avoid food or water at night. Um, I'm getting better at that because I noticed that I have to get up and go to the bathroom. So after 7 o'clock, I'm trying not to eat or drink. I do have a cup of tea usually around 7 or so because it's I do that sleepy time stuff. Um, this is and I drink that, but that's my last kind of liquid and food. But I'm gonna get better at that at 2025 because you just wake up. Your bladder will wait. I mean, can you imagine if I drank this at 7 o'clock? I'd be up all night, and I'm already up all night, so I don't need any more help. Stay hydrated, so important. I had a vertigo attack not too long ago, really bad, where I had to call an ambulance and all of that kind of thing. And a part of it was I was dehydrated. I was dehydrated. And that's when I gave up drinking caffeinated coffee because I was drinking that like, oh, drink the coffee, but it was dehydrating me and I wasn't drinking enough water to counter the dehydration. Okay. Vitamin B12. I am a vitamin B12 advocate. I think it is an amazing vitamin. It does so much for your energy level. I take magnesium. Here's my list of vitamins. Just I'm sharing all this stuff with you. Magnesium, vitamin B12, vitamin K, vitamin D3, a multivitamin, a probiotic. Is that it? Oh, protein. I put protein powder in my tea in the morning. So there's like 7 things that and again, oh, one more thing. And a tablespoon of sea moss. And I also put in my tea, what is that thing? I'll think of it in a minute. It's a thing to help with the cancer cells. Uh, I'll remember how to say it in a minute. I can't. I never have known how to say it, but I did my homework on it. And as I said, a tablespoon of sea moss. But I usually do my sea moss at night before I eat my dinner. I like it. I like it then. And I don't take the pill. It's the gel that I prefer that because I think I take enough pills in the morning. Um, well, whole grain, I'm not a big, I've decided to go as much as possible, not 100%, so I'm not going to tell you that. That would be a lie. But I have gone and not done whole grain as much so I'm kind of gluten free, but not gluten free. I try to stay away from gluten as much as possible, and I can tell the difference when it comes to bloating and that kind of thing. So just again, you have to be your own best experiment because you know when you feel good what you've eaten, and you know when you feel bad what you've eaten or drank. You just know. So you have to adapt. It says short naps, looking forward to short naps. Get some exercise. Yeah, I'm gonna get better at this as the days get longer because I'm an early riser. I get up. I'm a part of the 5 a.m. club, and so I get up really early. But in my neighborhood, there are coyotes and raccoons and all kind of critters that are running around because the sun hasn't come up yet. And by the time the sun comes up, I'm already on the move. So I'm gonna start doing my stretches and letting that be the way that I start my morning at the house. And then when the days get longer and we have light earlier, then I love my walks on Saturday and Sunday. And sometimes if I get home before it gets dark, which is very rare, I love going for a walk. I could walk, I mean, sometimes I walk so far that I'm like, oh shoot, you got to turn around because you got to go back, girlfriend. But I love to walk. I love the experience, and my daughter brought me some new ear pod things, so I'm alive and kicking. Limit the caffeine. I'm caffeine free now. It does say take supplements, but again, make sure you're not hurting yourself. Talk to your doctor. Um, do your homework on them. Change your diet, exercise, eat for energy. Um, Berries, all kinds of berries. They say strawberries, blueberry, raspberry, blackberries, berries are the really good things and good for you. I'm going to move forward because we're running out of time. Stress management. Micheal Pope needs stress management. And how to do that is through meditation and letting things go, talking to yourself, which I'm doing a little bit more of these days. Stress management. Limit any added sugar. There is going to be sugar in your fruits and in some of the foods, even in butternut squash, there's a level of sugar, but it's adding sugar. Okay. And when I want a little, I like my tea. I stop using honey so much because it increases your blood sugar. But I started using a little bit of agave, just a tiny little bit, just to take the edge off the tea because I don't like tea by itself. Okay. Magnesium we talked about, good for sleep. So I actually am increasing my magnesium because I was only getting it in the my daily vitamin. Now I'm taking it, adding it, but slowly. It says take two. I'm only taking one because again, I'm one of those people. I have a sensitive stomach, so I'm not trying to add all this stuff all at the same time. I already take 7 supplements as it is. And it says connect with others. So making sure that you connect with others, and those are kind of the energy level techniques, exercise, and you heard all of the stuff that that I have shared with you. It's a long list, but we want to live long lives. We want to live long lives that we can live in them, that we can experience them and have a good time with our family and friends and not feel like we're lethargic and have no energy, and have fun, laugh. My good friend Sandy is on a cruise right now, for her birthday. Do things, plan for them so they don't affect you financially, because we know that our incomes are different as we age in place. Some of us have had the honor of working for corporations where we have finances that we can do things, or we're married so we can join incomes, and some of us are single. And we have Social Security, a little bit of money that we've put aside, or a little 403B or whatever. I'm describing myself. But at the end of the day, it's not the kind of money that you're going to be able to do some of the things that you see people who have, that are joining together, that can do. But you can do things. Don't limit yourself, and don't say that it's not possible for you to have a good life, because it is. And don't envy other people's lives. You know what? Live your life. Live your life to the best that you can and to the fullest. And don't let the ageism of the United States of America and the world make you think that you are dead and stinking and pushing up the daisies before you really are. Because it's going to come. It's inevitable. We're all going to, that's the end for all of us, is death. But life is pretty cool until that happens. And so let's use 2025. All of us 50 and over fabulous human beings out there, women and men out there living our best selves. Let's live our best selves, and do it by doing some of the things that we talked about this morning on Life is a Sacred Journey. Well, I want to thank you for joining us again. Happy New Year. I hope your 2025 is amazing, and that you live your best life, that you love yourself even when other people don't, and be slow to anger. I put that at the top of my vision thing. Be slow to anger. I forgave everybody who did me harm in 2024. I have already forgiven them, and went through a whole thing and prayer thing, ritual around that, so that I can move on. And yeah, and life is good. Enjoy it. Have a good time. Be happy. But if you're out there and you are someone that needs some help and support because you don't have a person in your life at this moment that will listen to you or is around you that can help you, 988. That is the helpline for folks that are thinking about taking their lives, as well as if you're feeling overwhelmed and anxiety and depression. There are people, counselors, and trained individuals on the other end of the text, the email, or the call that will help you get through this period of time. Know that your life matters. Know that the world would not be a better place without you, because I'm told that's what happens to the psychology around people thinking, and I've been there, so I know that that's what I thought. Yeah, that's what I thought. But it's not so. All right. So this new year is your year to feel better about yourself and to learn something new and fascinating and wonderful about yourself. So, my name is Micheal Pope. I am the host of Life is a Sacred Journey, along with my dear friend Felicia. We're thinking about new things. We're planning new things. We don't know what it's going to be, so I can't tell you right now because we haven't had a chance to talk yet, but we will. But we will be here every Friday morning at 8 a.m. until we're not. And you have a wonderful day. Have a wonderful weekend. I can tell people are still off, so enjoy the rest of your weekend. I think I might get up out of here a little earlier today just to hopefully maybe even go for a walk in the rain. That is what I'm going to do. What a great idea. Have a wonderful weekend, everybody, and Happy New Year. Peace.